5 all-time best Christmas movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. The joyous Christmas season is definitely the most wonderful time of the year in many parts of the world. Its magic is so permeating that it's been translated into timeless books, carols, and films. In the past decades, hundreds of Christmas-themed movies have lit up the big screen, and there are 5 which have been certified fresh by Rotten Tomatoes. You'd love to watch them again and again, even when the Christmas season is over. Number 1, The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993. How can a stop-motion animated musical dark fantasy movie be so affecting? It's considered one of the all-time best Christmas movies ever.
About Tim Burton's tale of a Christmas nightmare.
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, directed by Henry Selick, manages to become one, and how? The 1993 movie revolves around Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, who has grown weary of preparing for Halloween celebrations. He accidentally stumbles through the Christmas town portal, is awed by the holiday cheers, and then decides to have one in his town with some wickedly hilarious results. The scene showing Santa Claus and his elves getting busy to bring peace on earth and goodwill to men warmly reminds everyone that Christmas is a once-a-year celebration like no other. The film's originality, musical, and visual excellence earned an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects and a Golden Globe nomination for Best Original Score. With a 95% tomato meter score, The Nightmare Before Christmas is probably the best animated Christmas flick ever released in theaters. Not just once, but 4 times.
Fantastic!
Number 2, The Shop Around the Corner, 1940. A romance that fully blooms on Christmas Eve is the kind of love story that 1940 film The Shop Around the Corner fulfills beautifully. Critics consider this a romantic comedy in the finest sense of the term, and one of the best movies of German-American director Ernst Lubitsch.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet Ernst Lubitsch, our director.
The story is actually simple. A top salesman in a Budapest leather goods shop is at odds with the newly hired saleswoman. One seems like a harmless substance that causes an allergic reaction to the other. Outside work, both are preoccupied with writing letters to anonymous people whom they look forward to meet. Finally, the secret is revealed and they turn out to be each other's mysterious correspondent. The movie's climax unfolds on Christmas Eve, capturing it as the perfect moment to share love in any form. The simplicity of the storyline adeptly translated on the screen, and the lovable characters given life by the actors are what make The Shop Around the Corner as a Christmas-time movie staple, as guaranteed by its 100% tomato meter score. Number 3, Holiday Inn, 1942. The musical romance film Holiday Inn in 1942 is fondly remembered for many things, best of which is giving the world the hauntingly beautiful Yuletide carol White Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
The movie's star power is headlined by top-notch musical artists Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. They play the roles of the song and dance act members who get entangled in a love triangle twice with 2 different women. First in a New York nightclub, and then in Holiday Inn, an entertainment venue owned by Jim, Crosby's character. It is Crosby and Astaire's novel team-up and dynamic performances, as well as composer Irving Berlin's songs, that earned Holiday Inn praise from the critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film still enjoys a 100% score based on 24 critics' reviews. In 1943, the film won the Oscar for Best Original Song for Irving's White Christmas, which has become an eternally sentimental favorite in the same breath that Holiday Inn has gained the lifetime honor for being one of the best Christmas movies ever made. Number 4, Miracle on 34th Street, 1947. In this day and age of digital invasion, Santa Claus is still synonymous with Christmas and vice versa. Children may ask, what will happen to our towns if Santa isn't coming on Christmas Eve to bring us gifts and Yuletide cheer? Through the years, Santa-centered movies have been made primarily for the whole family, and one stands out, Miracle on 34th Street, the 1947 version. It won 3 Academy Awards in 1948, Best Original Story, Best Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor for Edmund Gwenn as Jolly Old Santa. Gwen is Kris Kringle, an old man who fills in as Santa Claus at Macy's annual Thanksgiving Day parade.
What's your name?
Kris Kringle.
And becomes a Santa mainstay in its flagship store on 34th and Manhattan. Kringle is a hit among the customers and employees because he makes them believe that he is the real deal. This leads to a court case instigated by the store's in-house psychologist, questioning Kringle's mental health and authenticity as Santa. Kris Kringle, the Santa Claus, triumphs in the end. After all, what's Christmas without its favorite sentimental icon? Number 5. It's a Wonderful Life, 1946. Frank Capra's 1946 classic Christmas fantasy comedy drama, It's a Wonderful Life, has become a perennial Christmas favorite for 6 decades now. Reruns of the film on the small screen add luster to annual Christmas TV programming, and audiences just can't get enough of the sentimentality and inspiration the movie contains. The film begins on a sad note. On Christmas Eve in 1946, a problematic man named George Bailey is on the verge of committing suicide.
It's against the law to commit suicide around here.
A bumbling angel called Clarence is sent to help George.
I jumped in to save George.
In reply to George's whining, the angel reminds George of his good deeds to his family and community, even showing him what life would be like in Bedford Falls without him. George then realizes that despite the adversities, he truly has a wonderful life.
I want to live again. Please, God, let me live again.
The movie got 6 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor, and 1 for technical achievement. The film's enduring theme indeed makes it a Christmas must-watch movie, reminding us to never lose hope for a wonderful life. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel for your daily fix of awesome infotainment.